to a law firm. This year's proposed budget for legal costs is enough to pay several teachers and TA salaries. Please hold your applause. Thank you.
On the district and the law firms is simply this.
We can't hear you.
The district has to be covered. The district, I don't think it's working. The
Okay.
district has to be covered at all times. And without proper counsel, we open ourselves up to even greater lawsuits, to even greater challenges. At the end of the day, a lot of the things that the district has had to endure was simply because of egregious behavior. And we've got to look at that. But the greatest challenge is that the community in and of itself have to begin placing a demand on the district, on the school board, on the superintendent as a whole. A lot of things I'm hearing people talk about tonight saying that the school board has to do. We have to understand that the employees don't work for the school board. They work for the superintendent, for the district. The superintendent has the last say. But we've got to make sure that we safeguard our community, safeguard our gates, safeguard our system at all costs. And so when we look at legal, all of us know that whatever you're facing in life, if you reach for an attorney, it's going to cost you. So why do we want stellar performance on minuscule wage? We've got to pay them what they're worth. And then we've got to make sure that we stay out of scenarios and situations that will keep us open to paying the people more.
Thank you, sir. Ms. Torres.
I think it's a very, very delicate subject, and I put all the fault on the board. The superintendent doesn't choose the lawyers. We, the board, are the ones who choose them, and we are who direct them. If a battle with a lawyer lasts 3 years, it should be a good reason why it lasts 3 years. When legal counsel is telling you that somebody is suing the district and is making you happy because they settled for $5,000, but the battle for that settlement was 3 years and the lawyers were paid $40,000. Something is wrong with this. The advice that we are getting is not correct. One of the reasons relating the contract with the teachers, it has to be with the lawyers. It has to be with the lawyers also, because the longer we deal with the contract, the more money we pay to the lawyers to handle this situation. And who is the losers? At the end of the day, the losers are the students. Because that is money going to an outside that it should be implemented. It should be implemented here in the school. It should not be that difficult to deal with a contract. I'm a union member, and I know what we get, and I know what we can give up. But at the end, every single resource should be on behalf of the students. And we need to make sure how we are allocated. We need to make sure that who is related to who when we are talking about every single entity.
Thank you. Hold your applause, please. Thank you. Mr. Stefan.
Well, I agree with you, Mario, but the solution is to open it up, everything to bidding. If the attorneys are not really efficient and not performing the way we would like, we try talking, we are where we are, and now we have to open up. Just keeping it closed within our village, beautiful village, nice people, but that won't push the expenditures down. The way to push it down is to open it up. That's hear all offers. I don't care if you're going to do it from Brooklyn, or from Queens, or from Garden City, but if you're going to help the taxpayers save money and be effective, then you're welcome. Let's be honest. Once again, we turn back to where we're at. A lot of things went wrong in a lot of different places. We can't just expect the same old people doing the same old things to turn the situation around. It's not going to happen. We'll be sitting here next year with the same situation. We have to kind of deal, realistically. We got to play a little hardball. Let's invite, law firms to bid. What's wrong with that? We'll hear everyone. And if you can present a better bid, it's not personal. We think, I'm sure all of the candidates here are, mean well and, want to do well. But in the end, will we turn it around? That's the key. We need performance in the educational system. We need growth. And we need all vendors and all people who serve our community to be open to the bidding process. I've seen it work in Brooklyn. There's no reason it won't work here.
Thank you. Mr. Spencer.
That old saying in life, you get what you pay for. It goes a long way. You don't take $500 to the Mercedes dealer and think you're going to get a good car.
All right.
Unfortunately, if we did our homework and pre-planned, a lot of our legal issues wouldn't be legal issues. Just when my daughter was in this school, we had 4 principals at Hempstead High School. I thought it was the craziest thing. And you talking about dividing the school. They actually, once the light bulb turned on, we fired 3 of these principals.
How many you paid for them?
And the lawyers, because they sued to get their jobs back, the lawyers that we currently have did their homework, did their due diligence, and they lost that lawsuit. We actually won. So sometime when you go the cheapest route, you're going to get just that, cheap service. So we do need to stay on top of our lawyers and make sure that everything is on the up and up and that our money is being spent wisely and well. But at the same time,
that's right.
don't always look for the cheapest thing because you're going to get just that cheap work. Thank you.
Thank you. Ms. Jackson, same question.
When it comes to our lawyers, when it comes to the lawyers, I think we need to be more proactive than reactive. I think what's happening is that we're getting bad advice. When I hear stories about how much lawyers are getting paid and we're still going through all of the changes that we're going through, it's like, why are we paying you to do nothing? So we really need to, like you were saying, we need to look at other law firms because I feel like what we have right now is just not working for us.
Thank you. Ms. Brazee.
Well, I think that we have to maybe look outside of the box. I think maybe we need to consider in-house counsel. I think maybe we should look at hiring an attorney that can be on the premises at all times because we always have some kind of issue going on in the district. And so perhaps an attorney and a paralegal always here might work for us. We would still have to outsource for labor counsel, but we would have an attorney that can look at the bills and make sure that the bills are accurate. We can make sure that, there's other ways that we can look at things to perhaps cut down on our attorney fees. Hempstead, when I first got on the board, people would have a nosebleed and sue Hempstead, and we settled everything, we won. We made a decision to start fighting some of these things. And once you start fighting them, and you see that you're not just going to walk away with some money just because you decided to file a lawsuit, then those filings start slowing down a little bit. So we had to make some statements to slow down some of the frivolous lawsuits that were coming against us. Yes, we've been winning. At one time, we lost everything, but we have been winning. I just think that there may be other ways that we can look into it. An attorney for $200,000 is a small amount of money compared to what our attorney fees seem. So I think as a community, if we put our heads together, we can come up with some viable options that will work for us as a district. But we have to be able to communicate and come together and work on these plans together. I don't think 5 board members are going to do that. I think it's going to take the entire village.
Thank you. Finally, Ms. Brown. I'm a paralegal by trade. I work for Geico, and when I was subrogate with Allstate sued for everything.
Geico, we settled, and so what happened was, when you had a lawsuit, you knew what Geico, you got paid. Allstate, they sued you. You get what you pay for. And I think it's important that you know that if you have a good lawyer, you're going to win every time. I think that this law firm has proven themselves. And I think that's important. My grandfather paid for a lawyer, a good lawyer for my brother. He got good results. So I think that we have to make sure, forensically, we look at this law firm, and sometimes you don't have to always have the top lawyer to always come. You can have the lawyer that with the lesser fees, you can have the paralegal to work on certain things. We have to work out contracts with them. You have to say, well, what's going to work in this area? I agree with Ms. Bracely when she says that maybe we can work something out with this law firm to have one of their lawyers in-house with us. There's nothing that we can't do as a school district. We're probably self-insured, I don't know. But as a school board member, we have to work together for the best interest of this school district. And I think that until we come together and work together, divided we stand, divided we fall, together we stand. And I believe if we hold each other's hand, we can do this in the village of Hempstead. I believe that strongly. If we take a positive attitude toward what we're looking for, our kids are succeeding. Stop talking negatively about this situation and look at it in a positive way. We are moving up, Hempstead. We're moving up. We're on our way. And I believe that. Thank you. All right. Next question.